All right. Let's see. New day. What is today? Friday, the 19th, I believe. 2024, April. This here is that Silvertone. You finally get a look at the front of it. It did come with a couple of knobs here. I don't think it had the little knobs on the thing, but it had these large ones here, but it didn't have these little ones. And I had a set of little ones from another radio, I believe. I acquired them somehow. I think I bought a set of knobs complete, and since these were missing, I pulled the ones out of that, and I don't know if I have any more of these. But anyway, it did have knobs, a knob on it, and this bezel here, it was all intact whenever I got it. I just pulled it apart to see just how bad things were in it, and to preliminary take a look after I unwrapped it from the box. The cabinet's solid. Some of the other ones, had splitting right here where they sectioned their wood together, and we'll have to dress those up. It's starting on both sides, and that's typical for these radio cabinets of this type. These, I believe, are screwed on. We'll remove those and we'll get it down to raw cabinet. This we won't touch, but we will scuff it and do a refinish on it. This has got a kind of a, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a faux finish, but it's as close as you can get to without going full faux. So we're going to play with that a little bit and see what we can do with it. We will fill up any voids in here, reclamp it and glue it if we have to. Let me put you down, and we'll turn this thing around. Yeah. Yeah, excuse the crowdness here. Yeah, Godzilla's still sitting here on the bench. I'll tell you, I don't know what to think about the economy. It's just, unless the shipping is exorbitant, I can't imagine. I may have to go with free shipping on that thing and take a hit. But we'll see. Now, the back of the radio is about standard. I think the other ones that I had are just about the same as the other thing. The chassis is not too bad a shape. This one here seems to have its lever. The last one, if you watch the last 739 I did, that lever there was missing. It was snapped loose. It is made of pot metal, so don't stress it in any direction, or you'll be in the hurt bag. Here is that weird, it's like a saw blade here. It's got a bunch of serrations on it, and this one here was a rubberized, I think it was rubberized. It may, whatever they used back then, but it's just all wore off now. And that guy that I bought it from, he says, I don't want to mess with it because I don't know what the heck to do with it. Well, I know what to do with it. And we're going to do it again. All the tubes are there. It looks like the power cord was replaced. Yeah, the power cord was replaced. I don't know if I did it or whatever, but I don't think I did it. But that'll eliminate me from having to draw from my stock. It still has its plate antenna up there. Yeah, and it still has its lug. I don't know if you can see it right there. It looks like a Feinstock clip. This, I don't know if it's been replaced. I've seen some of these on this, and I believe the last one that I had one of these on there, so this might be a standard issue one that's original to the radio. It does have a field coil. And let's see, the speaker has a plug on it. There's that 4-prong plug that I was talking about earlier for the antenna. It has a interior cabinet and schematic on the thing. Typically they put those on the underside, but not too many decaling in here. I think I got one of these and I got one of those. I just have to protect this plate. I think this here, it's got its screws missing. I think the screws are in here. So what we'll do is we will lift this out. Excuse me while I bumps and grinds you. Yeah. There's that, there's this. There's this. We'll move this back out of the way. Well, let's don't throw those in there. Let's throw those over there. Yeah, there's one. There's one here. Come on, come to Papa. Okay. Now we'll get a good look at the chassis. The speaker looks pretty good. Yeah, that thing is there is rubbed completely off. You can see there that it moves, it doesn't move. It moves, it doesn't move. It moves. It's going to be moving a lot later. Oh, the dial string still has its spring. It looks sprung. One lamp. I thought there was 2 lamps on this thing. Oh yeah, there is 2 lamps. There, right there, man. If that had been a rattlesnake, I'd have been done for. So there's that. The spring is. This has got a really unique mechanism for its push button / tuning mechanism. When you push, well, this is not in its proper position, but it's supposed to spring the thing back out of the way, over that way, like that, to relieve pressure on this thing. Darn camera's too close for me. So let's turn it upside down. and take a look. Let's put this over here. There we go. Black Beauty. Paper. Tone mechanism. You'll see my last one, I did a segment on this tone mechanism. This whole entire assembly here for the push button / tuner assembly comes out as a unit. It looks, I see a brake loose here. It has its E-caps removed and replaced. We're going to take a close look at that and make sure that it is copacetic. Yeah, I'm not sure about the former owner, if he was really determined to get anywhere with this. I think once he's seen that tuner thing, he threw up his hands and said, hell with it, I'm getting rid of it, because he didn't want to have to deal with that. You can do anything as long as you have an imagination. If you don't have an imagination, you're going to be behind the 8 ball a lot. You got to be able to imagine and draw from experience and what you're exposed to throughout your life in order to manage dealing with certain issues. Like I was born in early 50s, and after the World War II, and everybody was coming home, all the vets were coming home. They were making babies left and right, and believe me, my dad did his share, and the 50s were really exceptional, and that people had imaginations back then. They didn't have, they didn't imagine pink ponies and rainbows and unicorns and stuff like that. I mean, it was real world exposure. I grew up with helping my dad in his endeavors when I was old enough to understand English and understand that there was natural order to life back then. And so I surrounded myself with adults. They were, well, I guess you would call them old men these days, but they were working age, pre-retired, working class, blue collar people. And I asked a lot of questions and got a lot of answers too. I mean, they were willing to teach you a lot about their experiences and what they experienced. And so I got a lot of insight into how things were done and the workarounds, solving problems. That is not a problem by any means. So, but we'll show you how. So let me make some room here. Now, in the next segment, you'll see. I'll attach on a video segment that's going to be as long as this one is, regarding the what I'm doing on the antenna system. And let me walk around the table here, and we'll show you what we've got so far done on this. So, like I say, the sequencing is going to be a little odd. We've got the form, the jig set up. I got my 20 gauge enameled wire, and we started with a first layer of form, and the first layer 2 loops of 20. This is layer 1. I'm waiting for the for my Loctite glue to firm up some more, so I can start on layer 2. And we'll keep an eye on this from time to time as time permits, and we'll let you we'll see a segmented completion of this loop. I already covered the other components in the thing. Stand by for that other segment, and it'll come following this. So it'll be rather lengthy, so enjoy the video, and I'm going to get started on the final stages of the Philco 327 radio. I've got the cabin to go, the chassis is already done, so enjoy the video. Thank you. Alright, I think sometime this weekend, maybe sooner, we're gonna make an attempt on this Silvertone 7039. I dug out my paperwork for the last 2 that I have in my archives. Here's all the archives, paper archives. I have archives. I've got 4 terabytes of information stored in videos and stuff that I got on external drives. Each one is 2 terabytes in size, and I got 3 of them. I managed to. Now the antenna has got a plug on it with 4 chingies, 4 pins on it, but they only utilize 2 pins on it. I don't know why that. But it's the same plug. It's the same plug as a battery radio uses. Same exact one. Plugs right into the back of that chassis. So I got one of those. That is one of my templates. Here is the configuration of or at least what the antenna portion looks like mounted on the back cover of the radio. And it has a inner cup, much like a Zenith has in the middle of its thing. This is the main loop, and this is your wave trap right here. Antenna terminal, external antenna terminal, 2 adjustable condensers, and I believe that gizzy thing right there is a little coil wound up on it. It's like an RF coil, but it's more like a inductor. And what I'm thinking is the inductor that I got for my little antenna, Philco antenna adapters, external antenna adapters, I'm going to put this in that circuit and see if this here will work in it. Otherwise I'll have to come up with something else. I've got plenty of these silver mica caps. This wave trap is that thing right there. I wound it up this morning after my doctor's appointment, and I fashioned it so that it will slip off of this form and I can slip it onto another form. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and bore out a dowel and slip it back in there so that it's snug, and that will take the place of that. This cup is this thing right here. I've got to trim down the form a little bit. I gotta wait till it cures up. We wrapped it up. We'll be doing a little experimenting on that. I can make that terminal thing. You can't buy them, at least I don't know of any place you can buy them at. I might be able to get an electronics, antique electronics, antique radio electronics or something like that. Maybe. I haven't checked there. I haven't checked a lot of other places. I just check eBay and usually come up with something. Now, I had to jiggy this thing up and put it on a drill and drill that one there. Did it also with a drill. I didn't take the stud out of that one. Here is the sketching that I did, and the orientation and the dimensions of the overall antenna and how it connected. Now the only thing I had to do was make up a jig for this thing, and I got it out here under the Casbah. Here it is. So I've got me some cardboard so that I can loop around this thing a layer at a time, a loop at a time, because there's going to be 10 layers, and each layer is going to consist of 2 complete runs next to each other on each layer, and then it's going to go up to the next layer, and then it's going to go up to the next layer, all the way till the end, where we're going to start on this post here, start winding it in the clockwise direction, and it's going to end here on this block for 10, well actually it's more like 20 loops, but it's going to be 10 layers, and here's all my layers right here. So I've got this little band on here for right now. That's going to be my start band. I've got to let it cure up so that way when I get all my stuff strung out here, I can go ahead and lift it off the jig. So that's where we are with that. So I'm kind of doing this out of sequence. This is going to be the second video sequence in the intro video for the Silvertone radio whenever it's ready to be done, which will probably be in the next day or so. So when I get the bench cleaned off a little bit right there, we'll do the intro video for that thing, and we'll take a closer look and see what kind of condition that radio is in. Actually, I kind of did already a preliminary when I unboxed it, and yeah, it is a little bit, it's not too bad a shape. The only bad thing about it is the tuner and the back panel and the antenna was not there. So stand by, we'll have more coming. Okay, today is what? Friday. Yeah, it's still Friday. This is going to be a new segment, or a new video, part of a new video, I should say. This is on the Silvertone 7039 radio, the third one of the bunch. We've managed getting the next layer on. So we are right to here. We've got 2 layers completed out of 10. So we're gonna let this cure up for a little while longer, and then we're gonna put another sleeve on it and go ring around the rosy one more time. So it ain't over until it's over, Yogi. See you soon.